We're delighted to be here talking about something that is so close to our hearts, both personally and professionally, and that's our ERGs. So let's start at the beginning. Helen, what is an ERG?
Well, I often think that ERG sounds a lot like corporate jargon, but I think in its simplest sense, ERGs are our employee resource groups. They're a collection of a group of colleagues who come together to have their voices heard. They act as safe spaces for our colleagues, but also to innovate, advise the business, and help inform policy and practice. Membership of our ERGs is made up of colleagues who share particular characteristics such as gender, ethnicity, sexual orientation, and they're also made up of allies from across the business as well.
Exactly. And we actually have four of them. We have Nash Pride, which is our ERG for our LGBTQIA plus community. We have Women at Nash, which is our gender group. So that highlights gender related issues and champions these at Nash Squared. Ethnicity for people to promote a better understanding of their ethnic heritage and background. And our most recent ERG, which is Nash Ability, which is focused all across accessibility for our employees and making sure that Nash Squared is inclusive for all. And I'm actually incredibly proud of the journey that we've been on. There's been so much great work that's come out of our ERGs. But you know what? I sometimes still think that our D&I Council and our ERGs are the company's best kept secret.
Totally. So we wanted to use this platform as an opportunity to tell you more about them, and most importantly, to ask for volunteers to join the resource groups. Our ERGs have played an incredibly important role in helping make sure that Nash Squared thinks and acts in a way that's inclusive to us all.
Exactly. And this year alone, or in the last year or so, if I look back, I mean, we've had Nash Pride, who've done some Pride celebrations last year, and we're in the month of Pride at the moment. So I'm sure everyone will be seeing that around them. Women at Nash and the Empower Her Awards. I mean, wow, over 200 nominations from across the business, really highlighting key people and women that are making this workplace a lot better and a lot more inclusive. Ethnicity, we had a global webinar which was joined by over 150 people globally across different time zones, which was all across our recruitment practices and alleviating the unconscious bias out of it. And Nashability. I mean, me personally, I was, very touched with the time to talk sessions, which is creating a safe space and having a moment to share stories and I guess really explore being a human, which is one of our core values.
I think you've done really well just to pick four there. I mean, there's been several initiatives, probably closer to 40, that have happened over the last 2 years. I think the ones that have stood out for me are the Inclusive Insight series that Nash Ability have started to produce monthly. They've been incredibly powerful. Women at Nash have done a series of health brochures, which were translated into several different languages, so they were accessible for colleagues across the globe. In fact, Nash Pride are hosting a panel discussion tomorrow on inclusive language, which if you've not already signed up to, then we absolutely encourage you to do that. And ethnicity, I don't know how you haven't mentioned the cookbook, Akeesh, because that was possibly one of the most beautiful connected campaigns that we've ever seen in the organisation. So you've got an understanding of what our ERGs do. So we've got an ask of you now. We would love more people to join our networks, especially from outside of the UK. The time commitment is quite low. It's about an hour a month. But the influence you get and the possibility to connect with like-minded colleagues from across the group is so powerful. It's a wonderful way to make connections and learn more about life at Nash Squared.
Exactly. And if you'd like to find out more and get involved and be a member, just reach out to us, drop either Helen or I a message, or your local kind of HR teams, and they can put you in the right direction. But yeah, let's make Nash Squared more inclusive.
Thank you.